Hey everybody, welcome to Northern Thailand and welcome to Worm Bin Weekends Week 17. Now, I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season at the end of 2021 and that your New Year's was just as fantastic. I want to wish all of you a happy New Year. Here's to hope in 2022 is the best year that we've had in quite some time for all of us. Now, a little over 3 weeks ago was the last time I checked in on our buddies back here. The only bins we're going to be looking at today are going to be bins 2 and 3. Bin 1, believe it or not, is still cycling. I let it go a little bit longer than I had expected. I was out of town for Christmas and New Year's, so it's run a little bit longer than I was anticipating it to run, but that's okay because it's going to eventually be done here in the next few days. I've got a whole garden video series, or not series, but episode that I'm doing on that bin, and it will be back here in the Worm Bin Weekend series very shortly. Today, we're gonna check in on our worms because I'm gonna tell you something, for 3 weeks they've been left alone. I haven't checked in on them, I've left them be. It's been cooler in the evenings, but warmer in the afternoons. There's been no escapees, and so I'm anticipating finding some really nice castings and some pretty hungry worms. There's only one way to find out, and that's to check them out, so let's go take a look. All right, week 17, bin 2. As I said in the opening, it's been 3 weeks, so let's see what we have. Okay, great deal of condensation up on top. Unfortunately, with the cycling that I've been doing for bin 1, there has been a lot of fruit flies. Man, it's wet in here. Let's see what we got going on. Got one guy right there. Boy, look how much that sunk in the center. Wow, it's really wet. And not sure. Yeah, it's real wet. Ugh, it's mud. Oh no. Yep, it's mud. But that's okay. We will let's just dig in and see what we got here. And swollen clitellum on that one. Smaller size worms. Definitely some babies that look like they're trying to grow. Boy, this is really wet. Really, really wet. I probably, it's just part of, the process of figuring out what you can do. I thought I'd gotten it to a point with that bottom piece of cardboard that I could let this go, but yeah, obviously combining bin 1 in here and letting it go for the length of time that I did, you can see it just, that's mud. Okay, well, what we need then is we're going to need some bedding. And I actually used the last of it last year, right at the end of the year, when I was starting to cycle bin 1. So, because of that, so rather large adult there, I'm going to need to grind some up really quick, and obviously I'm going to do that off camera. I'm not going to have you sit here and watch me do that, but oh boy, yeah, it's muddy. Interestingly though, it doesn't smell bad, which is, that's a good thing. You would expect it to be anaerobic at this point, but boy, is it muddy. Holy cow, is that muddy. All right, well, let's not overstate the obvious. Holy cow. I'm gonna just move this around a bit because obviously it needs it. Wow. Mud, mud, mud. Just look at that. Thankfully the worms seem to be okay, and again, this is part of the reason why I don't normally mind the bin being wet more so than dry, but because it does force the worm to have to push through the material. And they do tend to look a lot more healthy and strong. But I think what's going on here, the reason for the incredible moisture, as you remember, bin 1 was like this, and so I brought it over, half of it into bin 2 here, and the other half went into bin 3, and yeah, it looks like I probably should have kept it closer around before I did that, but you know, that's okay. We're gonna fix it now. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add some more bedding. I'm gonna, don't know if I've got enough leaves at the moment to do an appropriate leaf cover for both bins. I'll have to see. But right now what we need is bedding. So I'm going to do that real quickly, and don't worry, through the powers of video, you'll see me adding it in after I grind it down. So let me go ahead and do that real quick, and I will be right back. I use all kinds of different densities when it comes to cardboard, and because that's just my bedding of choice, I have easy access to it. In a situation like this, where I've got just really muddy castings, and it's so sad because they look so nice, but they're just too wet. The fluffier your cardboard is, in other words, the more corrugated it is, the better. So that's what's going in to kind of help balance things out. You know, the one thing about leaving the lid off right now that I'm okay with is our cold season this year is already starting to come to an end. I mean, it's been in the 80s this whole time, even going back to when things started getting cool in the evenings. But the evenings is when we were getting the majority of our cold, dropping down in the 50s at night. It's early Monday morning right now that I'm filming this, and today is the last day in the evenings that we're going to be seeing temperatures down in the 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's already starting to go back into the 60s in the evenings, and because of that, I feel okay with the idea of leaving the lids off of these guys and just letting the worms do their thing with the lids off. But I obviously am going to need to put a leaf cover on this, which I'm going to do off camera, but you guys will see it in week 18, what I ended up doing, which you've seen me do many times before. I get some dry leaf material and I get it crumbled up really good, and just put it on top and leave it as is, nice and natural looking. It helps the worms out. It keeps them warm. It also, believe it or not, will keep some of the moisture in, but with the lid off, it's going to evaporate quicker than the leaf material can absorb it. And I'm just hoping this little bit of bedding here that I added right now will be enough. I'm going to have to get some more cardboard. I'm lucky that I have a cardboard resource available to me. There's the mango pit. And look at that, holy smokes, look at all those baby worms, you guys. Hope you can see that, that's kind of cool. Anyway, I've got a friend who runs a restaurant in town, and the reason I'm able to get such different densities of cardboard is because, I mean, pizza boxes are one thing, but the cardboard I put on right now, this is really super corrugated stuff. It comes from beer boxes. It's those little divider tabs that are in the middle. They're just pure brown cardboard, and they're really corrugated. They're perfect for this. And I know that does not look like a lot of bedding, but for right now, it really is all I have. So, leaf top tomorrow. I'll gather some stuff during the day to get that done. I'm gonna have a feeling bin 3 is gonna look much the same, but these guys for the past 3 weeks have not had any food, so we are going to be giving them a feeding, and thankfully it doesn't look to be anything too wet. I'm gonna try putting the feeding in horizontally like this in hopes that maybe it'll not pull up as much if I put it across the length like this. First, the mango pit, the babies. 1 hard-boiled egg, 2, 3, and a bunch of pumpkin. Yep, pumpkin. This should hopefully keep keep the worms busy while I'm trying to get their stuff dried out. It obviously isn't necessary. But there's one other very important thing I'm going to be adding tonight, and the last time things were pretty wet, I did this as well, and it kind of helped things balance out. I don't know if it alone was the reason for it, but they're going to be getting some really, really good grit tonight. It's definitely necessary. Put some seeds in here too. See if they sprout. Why not? But my grit, in case you guys haven't seen my previous videos, is my sifted compost and crushed up, powderized, toasted eggshell. I say toasted because, well, number one, it is, but number two, the reason that's important is because if you've ever seen that membrane that sometimes doesn't come off the inside of the eggshell, it doesn't grind up very well if you don't toast the eggshell. The membrane can stick in there and just make a mess when you're trying to grind it up. But anyway, this is the combination of my sifted compost and the powderized eggshell. I'm gonna give a really good whack of this in here. See that dust? This is why you need to wear a mask. Don't huff that. Goodness, don't do that. Okay. Rest is for bin 3. Oof. Look at that. Man. Okay. Cover things up. Won't be hard to do with how muddy everything is. Just try to even things out a bit too. Smooth it over if you can. You don't have to just press it down, but the worms will take care of it anyway as things start to dry out. But I just want to kind of level it off a little bit. Just give it a little bit of a tap down. And that will hopefully be something the worms are able to manage and take care of as time goes on here throughout the rest of the week. I believe they will. We have been down this road before. I was really looking forward to harvesting castings, but no, a little ways more to go. That's okay. We'll get there. And that is that. All right, so unfortunately, we're just a little bit too wet right now. I'm gonna have to try to see what we can do to remedy that over this week. I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you liked the video. Please do like and share it if you would. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I'd love it if you'd give consideration to doing that. And hit the bell notification icon if you would, so you can be alerted when I upload new content. And listen, wherever you are in the world today or tonight, you take care. Happy New Year. Bye for now.